Milwaukee has a new torque wrench, and I got a new pair of shades. Well, they're safety glasses. Well, they're Milwaukee safety glasses. I'm just curious, are you a Milwaukee safety glasses kind of guy? Are you kind of a Cletus and Squirrel, Carson Hocevar, Heat Wave safety glasses kind of guy? Or maybe even a John Malecki shop shades kind of safety glasses guy? Or are you the Mr. Squint and I'll be fine? Let us know in the comments what type of safety squints you wear. Otherwise, let's get started on these torque wrenches. Well, if you've watched our videos, then you may have already seen, we've really already reviewed the three smaller of the Milwaukee torque wrenches. However, we did not have at the time the new half-inch model of the Milwaukee torque wrench. So be sure to go back and watch that video. We'll cover a lot of the stuff on those. But just real quickly, basically there's a 1/4 inch that is 40 to 200 inch-pounds. There is a 3/8 drive that is 50 to 250 inch-pounds. And then there's a 3/8 drive that is 20 to 100 foot-pounds. And then we have the newest one, which is the 48-22-9203, and it's their half-inch drive. And this is going to be more of those tires and wheels guys, engine builders too, but more on the high side of the 50 to 250 foot-pound range. And this is their Click Stop torque wrench or their Click torque wrench. So let's go ahead and move these smaller out of the way for right now. And let's take a look at the torque wrench. But before we do that, let's cover a couple of other items. Number one, I always say this when it comes to torque wrenches, especially if you're buying something new. Number one, no, let's cover that. So buying a new torque wrench, do not buy that torque wrench unless you get with it a calibration card or a calibration paper. And that paper should have all of the calibration testing results on it. Milwaukee claims a plus or minus 3% accuracy. In other words, what you're actually getting out of it should be within +3 or -3% of that target. Here is the calibration card that's well within those limits, and it shows you at the 50 foot-pound test. In other words, their target was 50 foot-pounds. That, yeah, they did 5 runs on it, and it was 50.4, 50.3, 50.3, 50.3, 50.3. So that was within 1%. You see, it's 0.8, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6% of the target value. And then you go to the 150 foot-pound test, and you were within, I don't know, 1.5% or so in all their tests. And then in the 250 foot-pound range, they were at, between 2.12 and 2.24%. Now, this was interesting to me because kind of the old adage when it came to Click Stop torque wrenches was you didn't want to operate in that lower range of the torque wrench. In other words, like this is 50 to 250 foot-pounds. The idea was, well, you really don't want to use that in that, 50 or 60 foot-pound range. You want to stay above that 20% to 100% range of the torque wrench. I don't know, they just said the old adage was it just wasn't calibrated as properly down in the low range. Whereas this one is just the opposite. It shows a little more a fade from the accuracy in the higher side, which really doesn't make as much of an issue as it does on the low range. So that old adage of staying in that 20 to 100% of the torque wrench's capability could be out the door because, like I said, this one shows you the true test results. That is a long intro to talk about basically the calibration card. Do not buy a torque wrench without this. If you're buying a used torque wrench or you're buying a torque wrench that does not have this, I would say make sure it's a name brand and then get it calibrated right away before you even try to test it on a lug nut, a head bolt, an intake bolt, a valve cover bolt, whatever. That could be way out of range. By the way, this is calibrationable. This can be calibrated. And by the way, there's a 2-year warranty on these torque wrenches, but kind of fighting right here. But there's a rubber plug on into this. This is where your adjustments made. So your tool truck or whoever is actually recalibrating this tool for you can easily adjust this. So there we go, calibration. Make sure you have that calibration card. It should be with every torque wrench. And if you don't have it, make sure you get it calibrated. And the other thing before we get to the torque wrench is this case that it comes with. Pretty typical, right? Pretty typical plastic clamshell case. And it may be that especially in a thinner toolbox drawer, that this whole case may not fit in there. I like to store my torque wrenches, in a secure environment. you know, something like that. But again, your toolbox may not have a thick enough drawer, or maybe the one you're using is not thick enough and able to store that. Well, it's not a problem with this. Take your punch, pull your pins out with your new Milwaukee twin grit pliers. No, I'm just kidding. Any pliers will work, usually. Pull that pin, pull that pin, pull the top off, and now that's going to lay in those shallow drawers, and you can keep your torque wrench in there. And if you don't want the handles either, but I'd put those away for safekeeping, because then when you have to take this over to your brother-in-law's and work on his stuff, then you can put your clamshell back together with the pins and with the clasps and have a safe place for your torque wrench, even when you're at your brother-in-law's. So let's try this out, and we'll do a couple of things here. Wow. 22-inch lugs on our 22mm lugs on a passenger car. We'll just do 80 foot-pounds, kind of listen to the click and the feel. So even at 80 foot-pounds, sometimes when you go to a lesser amount, the click is not as pronounced, but still a very pronounced click. Can you hear it better here? A very good feel as well. Let's go ahead and move this up to 17 and move this up to, I believe it's 103 on this one. So there's our 100. 1, 2, 3. Locks into place. 17mm with our protector sleeve. Again, very pronounced click. Great feel as well. And then let's try it on this 3/4 ton truck. And this should be 140 foot-pounds. A few turns, and we're there. So an even more pronounced click and feel. Very solid feel on this torque wrench. So enough about cases, let's talk about torque wrenches. So I mentioned the model number on this, which is on the head right here, is the 48-22-9203. It's their 1/2-inch drive, click style torque wrench. And you can see here on the markings from 50 to 250 foot-pounds. On the back side, we get Newton meters, which is going to take you from 75 all the way up to 350. So 75 to 350 on the Newton meter range. Also very nice knurling here on the handle, so very easy to grasp. Even if you're oily, greasy, it might slip a little, but that knurling helps you to grab with no problem at all. And then you have your slide lock right here. So easily depress this or pull this back with your index finger or thumb and index, whatever, but it's easy enough to grab with your index and be able to set the amount you need. So if we're going for 100, you see there's my marking right there. I can let off on the lock, and it's going to lock right in on each one of those indexes. There's 99, there's 98. Again. So it's going to lock in, and then you've got the amount that you're looking for. Easy to read right here. This is the laser etching. Will it wear off over time? I'm sure it would, but I don't think this is getting banged around like your sockets, right? I know sockets with laser etching on them, they typically, when they're banged around a lot, they kind of fade away, but I doubt you're throwing this in the drawer, throwing it in a bag, something like that. Now, again, if you're using this, 50 times a day, yeah, you may wear that totally out, but every couple of years you may be upgrading your torque wrench anyway or getting a new torque wrench. But just wanted to show you the markings. They are very nicely done. I do love the black background and not the chrome on chrome. It's very hard to see. So I like the black anodizing or whatever it is, and they have the logo here on the back side. So just a really good looking torque wrench and a good feel in the hand, nice and heavy. The head, they're saying it's a slim head or, a slimmer head, which it may be. But again, torque wrenches, I don't think you're worried that much on space anymore. They do have a low profile directional lever there. It does stick up a bit, but it's not protruding a lot. And it doesn't protrude above the kind of top or the ceiling of the torque wrench body itself. So that makes it nice, so whatever's clearing here, it should clear on the directional lever as well. So if you are in those tight spaces, that may aid or help a bit. Let's open this thing up and take a look at the head, at the paw, and I want to see, is this a sealed head or not? Again, probably not the hugest problem because you're not typically throwing these in those filthiest situations like you are your regular ratchets. Now, this is here when I pitched Milwaukee to say, Milwaukee, please make me a palm impact driver. This thing's like the handiest thing. They don't make this anymore, so if you're asking, no, you can't get this anymore. It's a 12-volt rigid palm impact driver, and with pressure, it works. I'll show you here. So, by the way, on the newer Milwaukee Shockwave bit sets, totally different than the old ones, right? You used to fight with kind of pulling these bits out. Let me just show you. So, obviously, I pulled that one out, but if I wanted to pull this 1-inch bit out right here, lift it up, pull it out, no problem at all. I mean, you're not fighting with this. If it's a drill bit, you're not cutting your finger. So again, flip it up, pull it out, just the easiest thing. You can also move these things around, and even in these longer ones here, pull it up to kind of the 45-degree angle, pulls right out, and then you line it up, put it in. Just so much easier than the old ones that you fought to get out. Anyway, let me get my T10 here. I think it's a T10, maybe a T15, but I think it's a T10. And let's get this head off. So you see with just a little bit of pressure. So it's in there, push down on it, and it goes in reverse. If I put it that way and push down on it, it goes in forward. Just a really cool impact driver that's been around for, I don't know, probably 8 years or so that I've had this, but it's just so handy in light duty applications. Would love Milwaukee to make one in their 12-volt line. Anyway, back to the torque wrench, specifically the half-inch. Oh, look at there. Love it, love it, love it, love it. There's a rubber O-ring right there. So we have a sealed head design. Just a little oil in here, not any grease, which you don't need heavy grease in a 90-tooth design. By the way, this is, they didn't say 90-tooth, they said 4-degree swing arc, right? So do the math. 360 divided by 4 is going to give you 90. So it's a 90-tooth design. I think that's the perfect at still having a a nice and easy back drag, as well as, not far of a movement to be able to engage the next tooth, but also have the strength of, like this, being able to apply 250 foot-pounds, right? You don't want to be breaking teeth or skipping teeth, and I think 90 tooth does that, especially when you have a decent paw design. No gaskets here on the actual anvil itself. Oh, take that back. Yes, there is a small O-ring right here on the anvil itself that's sealing, and then this is the sealing against the back plate. And then the back plate is using this O-ring right here on the head of the ratchet to then seal on that side of it. So it is a sealed head design. And then here is the paw. And by the way, if you take these paws out, make note of which way it stands up or which way it's coming out, because otherwise it won't work the other way. But this one you can easily see. Number one, it's got stamped writing right here, and it tells us 1/2 inch, and it says 90T. So 90 tooth paw for their 1/2 inch ratchet. And then you don't want to lose that little detent with that spring there. And if you are wanting to take this out, there's a little tongue that kind of sticks out right there. And that's going to pull out. And it kind of pressures in there. And don't lose, there's another ball bearing that flies out of there, which it just flew across the shop, and I'll get in a moment. Anyway, but there's also an O-ring right here. So they did not skip on sealing this head. They have an O-ring here on the directional lever. They have an O-ring on the plate to the body, and they have an O-ring from the anvil to the backing plate as well. So they are sealing this thing up properly. So kudos to Milwaukee for that. And make note, so there's a little ball bearing that fits in this spring right here where this directional lever goes in. So it puts pressure on it so you feel the detent when you switch from on to off or left to right. So if anybody's interested, I used a 3/32 ball bearing because I did not find that. No, I'm sorry, an 1/8 inch ball bearing to work with this. And you can see the 1/8 inch does not fall into the spring, so that should work just fine. I'm going to use a little grease for that side. So make sure you get that ball bearing if you pull this out, because it will go flying. And you can see now we've got our detent back. It will stay in one place or the other. If you don't have that ball bearing, it's not going to stay and ride in that detent and give you that firm feeling when you switch gears or when you switch directions. And kind of trying to put this in the middle here and put this is just kind of the lock, or the, yeah, I would say it's the lock. And also make note of how it came out. Make sure that gets pushed all the way in, and make sure it's got freedom to move before you put everything back together. So now our directional lever is in. Put our detent for the pawl. And then again, take your pawl, make sure it's correct. And in this case, it's the riding up. And you want to keep pressure against that. So you can get your anvil in there. Then again, you want to make sure that everything is working before you put that plate back on. I'm going to switch levers. It should be the other way. So make sure everything is shifting without any problems before you put this back together. That gasket, that O-ring should just lay right in there. Just make sure it's not up where it's going to get pinched. And again, that should sit nice and level before you put your screws in there. And by the way, on this impact driver, it's also pressure sensitive. So a little pressure goes slow. You can see that there. A lot of pressure goes fast. That's what's really cool about this. And then it even impacts. Now, pricing on these for the 1/4 inch is $220. For the 3/8 drive inch-pound version is $230. $260 for the 3/8 drive that goes up to 100 foot-pounds. And then $280 for the 1/2 inch drive, 250 foot-pound click stop torque wrench. So all these are the new click torque wrenches. Obviously, they look the same. And they're all 2-year warranty as well. So again, $220, $230, $260, and $280.